Hey guys! Started with a creepy smile. So, what's going on with y'all? If you are near Muncie, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say fuck the weather. Fuck the weather. There's about 3 inches of snow outside now. I'm in the study lounge again today. And I know you cannot see that, but if you could, there's 3 inches of snow out there. That's been going on all day. Since 9 o'clock in the morning when I woke up and started heading to my classes. And it was ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. That much snow at once. And my classes are not close. I have 2 classes that are close, but they're both on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and today's Thursday. Where all my classes are down on the other side of campus. Thankfully, my 2 o'clock got canceled, so I got to stay in and watch Law & Order SVU that came on last night. But still, kind of pissy. Oh my god. I'm so tired. So I just finished an hour and a half. Yeah, about an hour and a half of homework. Most boring shit I've ever done in my life. So I am doing a paper for my English class, which I have just started to write. Well, just started to research for. It's due on Wednesday. Just started doing the research. So I'm doing a paper for that class on what it means to be a survivor versus what it means to be a victim. Because I feel like whenever you hear that someone has gone through something, especially what I'm focusing on, which is sexual assault, I feel like people always focus on calling them a victim, even though it's been probably decades since it's happened. I think at one point you have to become a survivor. At one point, there's a part of you that says, I will not be defined by this. This will not destroy my life. And I think once you say that, then you are a survivor and not a victim. I think there's a bit of forgiveness that goes into it, but I don't think as much as people perceive there has to be. Like, I don't have to forgive someone who hurts me. I really don't. But I don't have to, but me not forgiving them is not letting them control my life, you know what I mean? Like, they're 2 separate concepts. And so, I'm going to be going home this weekend, so I might not make a video this weekend. You know, for whoever you guys actually watch this. I don't even know how many people watch these videos. But I like having this. I like the fact that in 20 years I'm going to be able to get onto YouTube and see these. Unless they're like archived at that point. Unless it's like our parents' childhood and nothing survived. Nothing is sacred. Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk about today is childhood and how ours is being destroyed. Let's be totally honest. You remember Nick Jr.? You remember all the really cool things that were on Nick Jr.? You remember Hey Arnold? Anybody remember Hey Arnold? Because that was one of my favorite shows. You remember Pinky and the Brain? You remember, let's see, Blue's Clues and Big Bear in the Big Blue House? Bear in the Big Blue House, that was it. That's what it was. It's like, wait, that's right. There was one about a couch, too. The Big Comfy Couch or something like that. Do you remember those shows? Those are really good shows. Okay, if you remember Sailor Moon, you and I are in the same generation. That was a damn good show. They should never cancel that. And if you remember Yu Yu Hakusho, you're my favorite. Because I used to love that show. I used to be obsessed with that show. That and Inuyasha, those were my 2 favorite Japanese anime shows ever. Like, now I'm kind of focused on Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though I finished the series last semester, because it's all on Hulu, by the way. Every season, every single episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is on Hulu. Just so you know. So if you're ever, like, sick and you have an internet connection, go to Hulu and just spend hours there watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Episodes. Actually, any cartoon from our childhood is pretty much on Hulu. But I finished the series because I never got to actually finish the series. And so I watched the last season and a half, and it was really good. But the ending kind of pissed me off. Like, it was beautiful, but at the same time, I didn't want it to end that way. Really didn't. So, let's talk about how our childhood is getting destroyed by the next generation. So, Blue's Clues. You remember Steve in his green shirt with blue and, Blue's kind of barking halfway talking, and then the talking mailbox, and the talking cow, not the talking couch, there was the talking chairside table, and the drawer, and then the salt and pepper and paprika. They had a baby, and her name was Paprika, and I liked that. That was okay. Remember all those characters? They shaped my childhood. That's how I learned about most things, was through Blue's Clues. That's how, I learned my shapes and my numbers and all that shit. And, oh, goodness, I'm sorry. Excuse me. And now, let me list the changes for you. Now it's Steve's brother. I don't even know what his name is, but he's ugly. And he wears purple now. Doesn't wear green, wears purple. There's this new cat, who I know was there at the end of Steve, but, he's, way in there now. There's Magenta. Magenta is a boy, and Blue is a girl. No one saw that coming. I knew Blue was a girl, but I never knew Magenta was a boy. I thought Magenta was just another girl dog. That's who Magenta was when we were kids, remember? Now there is a different male song. The male song is gone. The male song is gone. So yeah, all that's destroyed. The next generation has destroyed our childhood. And not even in a productive, I'm sorry, I'm kind of adjusting myself right now. Not even in a productive, okay, let's change this and make it better way. No, they made it so much worse. It's so bad now, you guys. My little nephew watches it all the time, and I used to watch it with him, and I used to almost be in tears because I'm just this is my childhood, and it's gone. It's gone. It's what's from my parents' childhood? It's like the Atari. It's like if someone destroyed an Atari in front of my parents. Or a Nintendo 64 in front of me. That was my childhood. Playing Mario Kart. Or actually South Park Kart. Because that was that game. It was Mario Kart but with South Park characters. We used to have that game. I loved that game. And, we had that on our Nintendo 64. That was all we did sometimes. But I'm just saying, I find it ridiculous. You guys should comment on other things that have changed. Other shows that have basically been destroyed. Like Rugrats, when they did the all grown up shit. No, Rugrats don't grow up. That's why they were 1 year old that's why Tommy was 1 for 8 years. At least. Just what I remember. He was 1 for 8 years. The Fairly Odd Parents is ruined now. They're trying to remake it and with a spinoff, and Timmy's 20 now, but he still has his godparents because he never told anybody or some shit like that. Yeah, it's that awful. How stupid is that? Makes no sense. Yeah, they're trying to make spinoffs of our childhood to throw into these people's childhood, but you can't remake those things. Those are the shiz. You can't really remake those shows, is my point to this video. You can't remake our childhood and try and sell it to the next generation. I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. They have to have their own shows and their own memories. We don't have cartoons from our parents' day except for Tom and Jerry, but that's just because Tom and Jerry never dies. They're immortal. Just saying. So yeah, please leave comments on other shows that have been changed because I would like to look them up and then boycott them. And Twitter bomb them. I'm going to Twitter bomb them. Because I can start a trending topic instantly if I tweet it to Michael Buckley and be like, this happened, help me. And he'll totally tweet it out and then everybody will start doing it. It's awesome. He has so much power. It's quite amazing. I love him, by the way. So yeah, you guys should comment with other shows, and, I know this is kind of a pointless video, but I was just kind of bored, so I made a video. And I will see you guys later, and I love you, and I'll make more videos later this week. Okay? Love you. Bye.